Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hey everyone, welcome to Hot Women Wanted. I am Julie Greeley and I'm joined by my besties and co-hosts Juli Cola and Meredith Young.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Feeling. I don't know. I can tell you that with turning the clocks back, it was like it wasn't bad enough. Like we weren't getting enough broken up sleep, now less sleep. But anyway.
I'm feeling hot here in Austin.
I'll tell you who's coming in hot.
Not shifted.
Who's coming in hot?
hot.
Julie's coming in hot. That mic is coming in hot.
Well, that's how it is. And, hey, you know what, Mary? And it was 80 degrees on Halloween here. So here we are. We're like sandwiched between Halloween, Election Day. We turn the clocks back. It's like, could anything else be going on in the universe for the hot women? Like we can't, we're operating barely. Like we can't.
Exactly.
I mean, anyway, all right, to jump in, I didn't think I'd be doing this in the second episode, but here we go. I am introducing a new segment, and it's called The Hot Seat. And the reason I'm introducing is because I'm in it. Welcome to The Hot Seat, everybody. I might have made a small gaffe last week, an inaugural episode, in talking about Love is Blind and talking about Hannah, who, as we said, looks amazing, is amazing.
Fabulous.
She rocks.
Fabulous.
Beautiful. Looks beautiful.
He rocks and he sucks. But in my praise for Hannah, I might have indicated about the fact that she got lap band surgery. And that is incorrect. I am here to sit firmly in the hot seat and retract that statement. And I want to say, for all my midlife women out there, it's a little bit of brain fog. I knew it was something that started with an L. It was not lap band surgery. So apologies, Hannah. You still rock. You look awesome. I wish I could look 1/3 of what you look like. You're great. So I am taking the first spin in the hot seat. I'm going to do my best to stay out of it for
Humble you. You're fabulous, Julie Strauss.
Myself in the hot seat a little bit.
Ooh.
I might have made a little bit of a stronger hot seat mistake. I might have allegedly said last week, that Rebecca Minkoff's dad was very high up in the organization of Scientology. Now, there's nothing wrong with Scientology. People love it, but maybe he's not high up. Maybe he is. Who knows? I just want to add allegedly. There you go.
Guess who didn't make a gaffe last week?
That was a bit of a. I mean, I don't really know about Tom Cruise showing up on my block with his Goonies. So I just want to say, allegedly.
I'm begging you, just put yourself in the hot seat for next week.
You know what? Edit that out.
Exactly. I mean, we're working our way out of the hot seat. We're hoping it's not a regular event.
You guys, I don't know about you.
I am sweating.
I am called PC Mayor at this point.
You really
I'm
are.
on the beauty trends. I'm on the hot beauty trends. I can't take it.
I gotta say, let's rapidly move on to our next category. We owned it. We're moving on. So, hot trends. Who's got the hot trend?
I got one. I got one.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I will say this, and it was.
Because
I'm going to give credit where credit is
I
due.
don't know what a hydrofacial is.
Neither do I. Still
I'm gonna do
Googling
better
it.
this
Still don't
time.
know.
I'm going to do better. Okay.
Facial 2.0? I hope.
I hope you Googled it. It is worth it. I have moved on to Ilya. Julie Strauss Greeley turned us on to Ilya years ago. You were right. For women our age, Ilya is a great brand, and I am in love with my complexion stick. And
Yeah,
I just
I
put
love
a
the
little
complexion
bit
stick,
under
too.
my eyes. It's dewy. I love it. It's a great product. Answering.
You will remember the only difficult part of it for those those listeners who haven't used it yet, it is challenging to match your shade. It is.
I went to Sephora to buy mine, and they did an exact match. They
Yeah,
did a test.
I haven't been challenged. That was easy for me.
Wasn't easy for me. I got a
Easy
few.
for me. I had Sephora do it, but I love mine.
I do too.
Well, Ilia is spelled, for those who really don't know, again, not sponsored, ILIA, and it's a great brand, and it's a great brand for menopausal midlife hotties like us. So I think that's great.
Yep.
That's a good trend, Mar. I love it. All right, gals, are we ready to move on to hot?
I have one more thing from last week. I did have dinner with my mother last night. I did it with my parents, and my mother confirmed she does indeed use Abilene on her skin, still uses it. Julie, you were correct. And my mom's skin looked fantastic last night. Beautiful.
Just for our listeners, you will hear us talk about Louise. Louise is Juli Cola's mom.
Yep.
We will refer to her often. She has the most beautiful skin of anyone.
Yeah,
and she's going full Pam Anderson. No makeup for Louise.
Unbelievable.
She decided no more makeup. She looks beautiful.
All right. Now are we ready to move on to hot topics for this week?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I think we got to start with Love is Blind reunion, right?
Yes, we do. We do. By the way, did you guys read the article before we get into like the looks and all of it? Did you read the article about the vetting process?
No, there's none, apparently. Is there any?
Exactly. Well, they got very defensive in this article about their vetting process, which is apparently very, very thorough. And they can't really know what they don't know. Now, what I thought was interesting, though, what they talked about, and I hadn't thought about this, is that as everything's unfolding, they don't actually really know the storylines because they're getting like, it's real life, it's real time. Until they get to the editing room, they can't put the pieces together. So they have to kind of take guesses about who the couples are that they're going to bet on. And there were a lot of questions about why Leo and
they knew they weren't working and they didn't want to. They knew they didn't want to follow them.
And they
anymore.
said like they were the one that could at that time before they had edited and all that they knew they weren't going to make it.
When you talk about we're dating shows and vetting, and I know we're going to totally talk about Love is Blind.
Move your mic a little bit away from you, just a touch. Yeah.
That it reminds me of Women of the Hour because I just watched that on Netflix and there's no vetting there. But he was convicted of rape on Women of the Hour and then he got on the dating show.
Yes.
Guys, for those who don't know,
Terrifying.
that's fantastic. Is it Netflix?
Netflix, Anna Kendrick directed it and starred in it. And I really thought it was terrific.
Fantastic. You know what? I've always been a fan of Anna Kendrick. Let's face it. And boy, oh boy, did she knock it out of the park. And that
based on a real episode, an actual episode of The Dating Game where the contestant picked one of the guys and he was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I don't buy the vetting. I mean, I guess I have to buy it. Listen, I think the editing part that you brought up as far as Love is Blind is right, Mare. I mean, they do just have to kind of follow these different couples as they start to kind of solidify. And I'm sure it's one of those instances where they have like thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of footage, and then they have to kind of cut it down to make a show. I mean, that's not easy for anybody.
Yeah.
Here's what
I think people click on that show and they end up together, but if they're not interesting and they're not good TV, they're not going to make it. You know, no one's going to want, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
What in turning back to the reunion, here's where I want to start. And I hate to drive it a point home. I mean, continuing my theme from last week, I'm going to desperately try to avoid the hot seat, but Nick and Vanessa Lachey need to go.
I agree.
They need to go. We don't need hosts. We certainly don't need them as hosts. I cannot believe the amount of bad dad jokes Nick made in this reunion when lives were ruined. People are sobbing on the floor. You barely can pick them up. And Nick Lachey is making one bad Vegas joke after another.
They are really terrible.
Really bad. And you don't need them because they're really not on the show. They don't,
they should have Lauren and Cameron, who were the original.
Yes. Oh my God, Mary, that's a fantastic.
They're pregnant now.
No, they're not. Are they?
Yes. They're having their first. Oh, no.
No, the other
Oh, my God.
crazy ones are pregnant.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
I retract that. That was terrible. They are not. They're having fertility issues. I'm so sorry.
Allegedly.
The other couple is actually having a baby.
Yes, it is.
Amber and Matt are having a baby.
I actually think for a host, you need a comedian. You need someone to lighten it up and be a little fun.
I just want to drive my point home. I think they're terrible. I thought they were terrible. They are useless. We don't need them at the beginning of the show. We don't need them at the wedding dress and tuxedo shopping. We don't need them going into the pods. We don't need them before everybody flies to Mexico. And we sure as heck do not need them at the reunion. We do not.
I agree.
Anyway,
moving on, but onto the reunion. Hot take on the reunion.
Hot take, glow up of Garrett.
Glow up, but I didn't think he looked.
The clothes were crazy,
and the necklace.
The clothes were crazy, and all the guys. I thought all the guys were crazy looking.
You know what I wrote down for Garrett, and I think it's so on point. Siegfried and Roy.
I'm just sort of shocked. It's like he just came off Fashion Week. They couldn't give him some great outfit to wear. Maybe who knows? That could be Dolce & Gabbana. I have no idea. Didn't look good.
He didn't look great.
Jewelry.
The jewelry.
I mean,
No.
Everything was
It was a fail. It was a fail.
In my opinion, but he's amazing.
He is amazing.
I think
they are amazing. And she is stunning.
She's stunning.
And when you look at their real life social media and their pictures and their videos of their trips, he couldn't look cuter. She couldn't look cuter.
Yeah, well, they're great.
I think they're great. I think they are like a Lauren and Cameron. I think they're going the distance. Like, I think this is...
I agree. And the fact that, like, she gave up living near her parents, so he, like, for him, really nice
also
compromise in their marriage.
Her parents who don't like to be on camera with the audience, which I thought was a good... That means they were, you know,
but that was asleep,
happy.
But
he was sleeping?
Sound asleep.
That's fantastic.
The father?
Yeah. Sound asleep. They might have caught a snore here and there. So
you know what? I was enjoying it in the beginning, and then guess what? I was like drifting off myself. I'm like, this is boring.
Well, moving on. Let me tell you who wasn't sleeping in the audience. That would be Marissa's mother.
Oh,
she was there for a fight.
Fighting
words, fighting attitude. I mean, everybody.
And by the way, I'm here for it. Let her tear Ramses
I agree.
Let her do it. Right.
And listen, we can all speak as mama bears. Like, come on. Somebody did that to your kid on national television.
Oh my God. I would have emasculated him on that television show.
Exactly. But it is good TV. Talk about good TV. Marissa's mother is good TV.
You know who I thought was the unsung hero of that episode?
Yeah.
The stylist who had to make sure those boobs were not revealed. Good for her.
There was a lot of
very revealing cleavage, women empowerment, all for body and loving your body, fantastic. However, I mean, what's the wrong move? And
there was double-sided tape behind
this. Was a lot of double-sided tape, and somebody was working overtime to make sure just right.
I agree.
Yeah, totally.
Unsung hero.
It was a lot of cleavage. What about, let's talk about Ashley.
And Tyler? Is that Ashley and Tyler?
No, it could have been...
Ashley and Tyler, the kids. He's the one with kids?
Yes. Now, I have an issue. Yes, I have an issue with this, with his explanation and her explanation. First of all, she was like there for her man. Again, you married him. I'm sure that you guys did actually have a lot of off-camera conversations. I'm sure he did reveal more than what was edited into the show. Again, it's a television show. One thing that stuck out for me, though, if you buy everything that he was saying at the reunion in terms of explaining it and trying to protect his kids and not wanting it out to be public, here's my query. Why then did the mother of these children go on social media a couple of weeks ago before this reunion aired and tear you down and tell an entirely different story?
Yeah, no one will know. No one will know.
We'll never know. I mean, I was kind of buying his bullshit. Like, I was buying it at first, and I'm like, okay, good for them. They're a unified couple. Ashley's defending her man. He's got an explanation. Oh, I get it. You don't want... They are young kids. You want to protect them. And then all of a sudden, in my head, I was like, if that's the case, and the mother of these children, who also clearly loves them, goes on social media to take you down, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I tend to buy what we all thought was going on.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel for those kids. And I don't know what I took from it. And I know I'm the one of the three of us who gets sucked in earliest, but I was like, listen, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. There's like a story in the middle here that like maybe he was really trying to help her. She was going through a divorce. He wanted to show up, and now he's met like the love of his life, and he kind of, got in a little too far and didn't want to be in the, I don't know. I was buying it.
Look at you. That's a real Hollywood spin, but let's go with it.
Marketer's dream. Marketer's dream.
I mean, boy, oh boy.
Are you related to Tyler? Are you his publicist? That's fantastic.
Tyler is a good man.
Good for you. Good for you on that one.
My one other note I want to say, which in addition to the clothes, I don't know if anybody else notices, but like I literally could not stop staring at it. The setup with the couches and whatever was so, the production design was so off the mark, but especially when it came to Steven and his ridiculous turtleneck and blazer, which was so absurd looking. But did anybody else notice that Steven on the couch was he was positioned next to Marissa? Like Marissa was at the end of her couch. Steven was at the end of his couch, but he was sitting facing away from her the entire time. He was on like an island unto himself. I'm like, what reunion is Steven at? Like, who is he looking at? Like, where's...
You guys, I could spend a lot of time on Steven.
Ooh.
He was very aggressive, I felt.
He is ick. He was ick from the beginning.
That's where I said vetting. Like none of this came up in vetting. Baloney.
He was really weird, uncomfortable, and aggressive.
Very uncomfortable. Like
I agree.
He makes me uncomfortable.
I agree. He makes me uncomfortable. Ramses makes me uncomfortable. Another one with the.
Although Ramses' hair looked better.
His hair looked better. Well,
really did. Now he cuts the braid.
I think, Julie, I'm going to venture to say, I don't know. I would think he's listened to the people. And I think the people said, cut those fucking braids off. Those Captain Jack Sparrow braids that are hanging from your head. Although he did clearly shop at the same store as Garrett, because he was also wearing Harlequin pants, a total Siegfried and Roy Vegas.
But that was more Ramses. I mean, he's going to be true to himself. He kind of dresses like that. Where Garrett,
how about when Stephen was like, I'm here too?
That's what I'm saying. He was aggressive.
I was like,
I think he was like, and also he just went on and on. Remember the scene in Mexico after the group party where all the couples meet and everybody, of course, goes back to their room totally drunk. And he goes off on some diatribe and she's like staring at him and he goes, I'm talking too much, right? And she's like, yes, you don't shut up. And she's like, but I love you. You know, like, but everything out of her mouth was like, love you. But like at the reunion, I was like, this guy doesn't shut up.
Well, he wanted to talk, and then when they asked him a question, he came back with, well, nobody cares what I have to say. Nobody cares what I have to say.
Right.
So
I was like, you're so right. We don't care.
You know what it is?
On the nose.
To wrap it up, I mean, Love is Blind is one of those shows that, like, again, like we talked about last week, like total, as Julie called it, like TV amnesia. It shows up in my Netflix queue. I'm like, oh God, what's this? It's great. I enjoy watching it from start to finish. The reunion is ridiculous and stupid and unnecessary. Nothing gets solved. Nothing gets addressed. Nobody takes accountability. And the people that end up together are together. And like that's.
Although I will say I enjoy it thoroughly. And I would not like to get rid of it.
No, I enjoy the show. I just don't.
I enjoy the reunion.
At the end,
I don't want this to cause anyone to shut down the reunion.
Oh, no. I think there's maybe a better format for the reunion. Or as Julie said, a better host.
A better host.
Really is going to do a better job than those two momos. But anyway.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, moving on. Do we want to talk about Survivor?
I think so.
Survivor was great this week. Survivor was great this week.
Yeah, Cola, kick us off on that.
Kick us off, girls.
Well, I didn't realize I'm kicking us off because I don't remember anyone's names, but
I have a few in my brain. Brain fog.
Total brain fog.
Whoops. What's the supplement we were supposed to be taking for the brain fog? We might all want to invest in that now that we have a podcast.
Yeah, what is it? Is it the turmeric? What's helping for the brain fog?
No.
God only knows. Help us out, people. Help us out, audience.
Mary, help us out with that one.
What's for the brain?
I thought it was the hormone pill. I was denied on my insurance. I can't get it. So I'm just suffering through this brain fog.
HRT is working overtime, but not when it comes to names, apparently. It's like,
we're going to have to ask Dr. Mary Claire Haber what's best for the brain fog.
Did you ever have like three people say, let's start a podcast and not be able to remember the names of anybody on the show? Anybody.
Okay. Well, the one thing I will say without having to mention any names about Survivor is
I can name some names, but go ahead.
So many twists and turns.
Ooh,
and I have a little controversy with my family. I actually enjoy the twists and turns as somebody who has watched truly, literally since day one, like a billion years ago, whenever it started. Our kids were little when Survivor started.
Oh yeah, it's been around like 25 years. Yeah.
I think it would get boring if they didn't put some of that stuff in. My kids, on the other hand, really hate the twists and turns and really would like to see it just play out. Like, let it play out. Let everybody play their game and not throw in like
Survivor. It's twists and turns. You got to figure it out. It's a game. You got to play it every which way.
I like that.
I personally like I don't care about the challenges. I'm like, whatever. I can't wait for travel.
I love the challenges.
No, I think the challenges are like
love the challenges.
They're less. Listen, here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to throw a couple names at you. I mean, Andy and Sue live to see another day.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's shocking. It is shocking.
I just want to call out my friend of the pod, my dear John Lovett.
We love John. We can't believe it. He must be
John Lovett. We love him.
Devastated that they are still there and he was out day one.
How is he out day one? And
he got voted out. I mean, shut my TV off. I was
watching it for him this year. I was so excited. I could not believe he was voted out day one.
I know.
John Lovett, Andy and Sue live another day. And I don't want to make comments on people's appearances, I'm going to say allegedly, but it appears to me that Sue, and by the way, she is a contemporary. She's in her 50s, so go Sue.
She's much older than us.
I'm not going to.
No, she's not. She's not much older.
You're finding your way to the hot seat for next week.
I think, Mary, start writing what you're going to write next week for Sue.
Zip it. But anyway, I believe she's a contemporary, allegedly. And I want to say, it appears, I don't know for sure, but it does appear that this woman showed up to Fiji with hair extensions, eyelash extensions,
and a full spray tan that is coming off every day.
A spray tan. I'm
Now
like,
the only thing that's left of the spray tan is above her lip.
I don't know what's happening. How?
I agree. That is funny above her lip.
You noticed it, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, it was very noticeable.
So anyway, but she lives to see another day. You know what? She's one of those players that like bows out when she can.
Yeah.
She's going to make it to
yes, she's going to make
it to the jury.
Yeah, she did.
That's
now
what we really
everybody's
want.
making it to the jury.
Well, now
everyone makes it to the jury, right?
What do you guys
think? Does Andy deserve to make it to the jury? I mean, that is absurd.
No. God,
he's the worst player of all time.
Every challenge he's in, he screws up.
I can't believe it. Like, it's so unfair. Like, I cannot believe.
I know.
I can't imagine if he makes it to like the final four.
Not if he
I
wins.
think he's going far. Listen, now I'll bring up a controversial thing in my house. I'm the one who's like down on, like, I can't believe Andy's gone this far. Can you believe it? Week whatever, he's still there, lives to see another day. My kids are like, Andy's got some gameplay. He's better than you. He's talking to this one. He's talking to that one. They're back. He's doing this.
He's locking out.
Sorry.
Listen, and here's my last comment about Survivor. Kyle is amazing. He's gotten personal immunity.
Kyle is amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing.
People arrive.
The first time he loses, they're voting him out. He is a threat.
Totally. But guess what?
And he'll probably keep on finding one. You know what I mean? Good players are good players.
I'm not sure he's going to lose so fast. And guess what? He showed up on that island. Looked to be 80 pounds soaking wet. In the first episode, I was like, this guy's gone. I'm like, he
needs a meal now.
What I would do, which is bulk up, because I know I'm his way. He showed up. He's rail thin. I've never seen anything like. I literally wrote him off. I'm like, this guy is too nice and going nowhere. Meanwhile, he is
he could win it.
Player of.
If all things go his way, he could win it.
Yeah,
because people like him. He's kind of a little bit under the radar.
Yeah.
He keeps on finding stuff.
Not so under the radar because he keeps winning, and so he's a huge target.
He keeps winning. So
if you keep winning, you're a target, right?
You are a target. Right. You are a target.
For anybody not tuning in, tune in. It is good this season.
It is good.
All right,
girls. That was a good one.
Move on to OC.
Let's move on to our
the season finale of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Wow. I know what my favorite. The only part I want to talk about, but let's talk about everything.
Well, you start. You start with your favorite part.
I want to say something about the ending with Shannon Beador.
Me too. I know what you're going to say.
Absolutely ripping to shreds Katie's husband, who was literally off camera. He did not want to be on the show. He was hanging out with like the crew. Matt, in a back room. She storms off, finds him, talks to him about something he has no idea about. And he says, "Oh, gee whiz, if you feel like it's too much for you, then you should walk away." And then she completely rips into him. She's like, he has no idea what's going on.
I'm wrong. I'm a strong
and then she goes,
woman.
and then she takes it one further, which is, as like per usual with Shannon, like storms back in. Shannon storms Beador. Never met a person named more appropriately. And she storms back in and has the temerity to go up to Katie and be like,
"Your husband
got some nerve. You won't believe what he just said to me."
And you know what? Thank God they got that on camera. They filmed that, because you would have guessed, God, what did he say to her? And he said nothing.
And I got to tell you,
which leads me to Joel Kim Booster.
You said it, Julie.
Yes.
You said it.
Justice for Joel Kim Booster.
All of this is allegedly.
But
allegedly. And listen, we're a Shannon fan. We love Shannon on the OC. Of course, she's a great character. She's great TV. But justice for Joel Kim Booster had to
totally
her.
What is
right?
Totally.
Allegedly.
Apology. He was so right, but we all kind of knew he was right. We just happened to get.
We witnessed it. I mean, I feel like that's the camera telling you, there you go.
Right.
Also, I gotta say, the editors at Real Housewives of Orange County, they consistently do her dirty, because if you notice, every single cutaway of that finale episode is Shannon at the bar getting another. It is like
having a vodka tonic.
There's no subtext. There's no writing. It's like this subtle cutaway, and it's like Shannon at the bar. Cutaway, Shannon's at the bar. Cutaway. It's like they do her dirty every time. And I also want to say they also do, and I think this is like, honestly, give these fucking editors an Emmy, a something, something. They do John Jansen dirty every.
Oh yeah, those clips they whip out fast.
The clips side by side of him saying the exact same words to Shannon that he's now saying to sucker number 2. Oh,
yes.
They did him so dirty. I was like,
what do we think happened in Teddy's marriage?
Ooh, that was weird, right?
Mary, again, she's not on that show. So that came out of nowhere.
Well, they have a podcast.
Oh, she was on one episode.
2 teas in a pod.
Oh, yeah. 2 teas in a pod. You're right. My apologies.
2 teas in a pod.
Our fellow podcasters.
our colleagues. If we can. It's going to be so bold.
Creators Week next year.
See,
influencers like us.
Fellow podcasters, 2 teas in a pod.
I think Teddy Mellencamp is so obsessed with Kyle Richards. She's like, I'll get divorced too. Kyle got divorced, well, I got divorced.
I agree.
I know this is going to sound really terrible. I could never, when both of those husbands were on at the same time, like on the show at the same time, I could never really tell Teddy's husbands apart from Tamara's husband. I felt like they kind of looked the same, Eddie and...
Really? Were they on the same show? Because Teddy was on Beverly Hills.
But yeah, they weren't on the same show. No.
They weren't on the same show.
But she was on an episode of OC this year. But yeah, you're right. Not on the same show.
Yeah.
But her husband wasn't.
No.
Yeah, you're right. No. I can never tell them apart. I think they look exactly...
Are you trying to shame us on our pod?
Yeah.
But Jules, you might be in the hot seat for that one.
No, I said I think they look alike.
Well, you might be in the hot seat for that one.
I refuse it. I developed the hot seat, and I won't be joining it. All right, are we moving on to SLC?
Well, I think let's skip it. It's not.
No way. My favorite.
We gotta give it
we'll give it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you watch it?
Yeah,
I did watch it.
Yeah, I did. And we
don't have to talk about it for long, but I will talk about
Ron,
who I raved about last week in her house of poop.
I gotta tell you something.
That was really hard to watch.
It was her house of poop and those crazy costumes at the airport.
That was ridiculous.
What are we watching? I feel like she took such a nosedive as a character. It's not like I got my head slapped. Like I was like,
bizarre.
It was bizarre. It's bizarre meets bizarre. Like
it was so bizarre.
There's no what grown person. First of all, where are you getting these costumes in?
I'm like, is Christian Siriano making those for you?
I mean,
and also, how is that costume getting there? You need like a minivan.
That's what I said. It's like, how are you getting to the airport in that? So you're putting it in your trunk of your whatever vehicle. Then you're putting it on. You're walking through an airport, and also somebody was filming her.
It seems very performative.
It's huge effort.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like this show is so.
It is.
And also, I want to say, we're still at the fucking anniversary party. It's their 25th anniversary. I feel like we've spent 25 years at this party.
I agree.
Enough.
The thing I don't love about this show that is not true of any of the other shows in the franchise is that the friendships move too quickly for me. Like, Heather and who was her cousin again?
Whitney.
Brain fog.
They one episode they're close, they're thick as thieves. The next episode they hate each other. Lisa and Meredith, they're best friends. Next episode the next season they hate each other. They don't hold you don't have like an Emily and Gina kind of thing, or even like a Teresa and Jen. Like friends kind of stay friends.
Teresa who? Teresa Judas? Did you say Teresa?
Teresa Judas.
Jen.
Yeah, they're like best friends every season.
They're friends.
I'm just saying, like the friendships don't. They just
they
move so quickly. Like nobody's really friends.
I love Salt Lake City. I smile from ear to ear. I enjoyed the disgusting poop all over her house. I was actually baffled by it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like,
it's shocking.
She must have a housekeeper in that huge house. I can't believe no one's picking up that poop.
You think she's loaded beyond the beyond? Like, first of all, who lets their dog go to the bathroom?
Wasn't there more than one dog? There was a lot of dogs there.
She said I have 6 dogs. 6.
And by the way, that has to smell.
Of course. Of course.
Totally.
And that's only the poop they found. You can imagine in that big house, it must be everywhere.
I wanted
to
to
do a quick time check for us. We're getting a little close to the edge of time.
We're going to edit this out, Mary. Don't keep that in. But
I
wanted
this in actually.
I wanted just two quick.
By the way,
about SLC, if we're going to talk about it. One, this is a rhetorical question, but just it's going to make you think. Where's Meredith this season?
Yeah, she's checked out. She's barely in it.
Totally checked out.
Meredith this season. I'm posing the question to you guys, posing it out there to our.
I agree. She's barely in it. It's very strange.
Number two, Justin and John.
Wait, no. Before you say that one, John Barlow, parallel parking was a highlight for me.
Oh my God.
I was like, who's going to walk out of that?
I thought it was Mary Cosby. I was like, oh, it has to be Mary. Who's there? 10 minutes of parallel parking. I'm like,
I think still
John Barlow. Nothing was more emasculating than that. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
By the way, that caused a lot of trauma for me.
Fantastic.
I failed my driver's test on the parallel parking part.
Not
so
me. Dave Strauss.
Really relate.
The formula.
I'll be Mary. The two of us.
The formula.
Go back.
Not me. Got it. First try. But anyway, what I want to say about John and Justin, they made a very, very crucial mistake. I'm going to tell you what it is. A la the Real Housewives of New Jersey's husbands, which is they now have inserted themselves into the storyline like housewives. How pathetic. I agree. You want
that was too much. It's not house husbands. It's housewives.
I do not.
They didn't hold on to it. They made up in 3 seconds. They ordered French fries and all was good.
That. It felt very aggressive.
I agree.
It is not house
husbands. The fighting was aggressive, but they made up pretty fast.
I think Justin, not John, but I think Justin, who's mess, by the way. So he and Whitney are mess plus mess. I think he wants to be a housewife. Like, I think he is looking for a storyline. He is looking for this to save his career somehow.
Julie,
my opinion.
Allegedly.
No.
In your opinion, maybe his career is fantastic. We don't know.
I think they made a real fatal flaw there. I'm not interested in them having lunch. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see them make up and talk about it's stupid.
I can watch John Barlow parallel park all day. Okay, we got to wrap it up.
Wrap
it up. Okay.
All right. Moving on. What's our final
closing hot takes? Let's move on to our closing hot takes.
Okay, let's do our hot takes. Let's do our hot takes.
Hot takes of the week. Who's going first?
I'll go first. Okay. My hot take this week is that I find it hilarious that when you go into Spotify and look for hot women wanted.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. That's my hot take. I printed it out. I printed mine out too. I printed it out. That was my hot take.
That you find us.
Great
minds. We are next to sexy stories, erotic short stories, wanted hot wife diary podcast, the hot wife, curvy hot wife, the assistant to the villain, and then these 3 gals. Boy, would you be disappointed if you decided to dip into this one and you were looking for that one?
Look at us. Wait, hold on.
We're a different kind of hat. Totally a different
kind of hat. We're an older hat, a floppy hat.
How to handle bitchy women.
Well, we are
a motel room, and then there's us.
All those things are on. There's a podcast for all those things. I mean, it is like it's so great. Hilarious. I love it. We're nestled right in there. All right. Well, my hot take, and this doesn't reflect well on me, but I'm just going to go with it. It all started last week when I was interviewing a candidate for my other job. And about 4 or 5 times during the interview, the candidate said, "Yes, ma'am." And I was like, "Oh, that's okay. You don't have to say yes. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so polite for a New Yorker. You don't have to worry about the yes, ma'am." Must have said it 500 times. Then I take myself to my local Starbucks to pick up my mobile order. And it's handed to me, and the Starbucks woman says, "Here you go, ma'am."
Ouch.
Same day.
That's pretty
Brought me to my core because I'm now, I visually am a ma'am.
You're a ma'am.
I mean, ma'am is old.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
when we were growing up, ma'am was,
I
don't even know what. Reserved for said.
Who are you calling a ma'am? I'm a hot woman wanted.
I should have. Instead, I went home and curled up in the fetal position.
I'm in the porn section of Spotify podcast. Do you know who you're talking to? Dare you call me?
I'm like, this is hot.
Feeling hot.
There's multiple meanings of hot, and I got them all.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a real, listen, it was a real,
pretty devastating.
it was real devastating. I haven't bounced back yet. I can't stop looking at my neck, my eyes, you name it, I'm on it. Doing my best, everybody. For those of you out there who know me, please.
I have a suggestion for you. Go get a hydrofacial.
Hydrofacial.
I only knew what it was.
We're gonna go Google it, Mary.
It's like, Mary, you've set me on a scavenger hunt because I have no idea what it is. I need a clue. Can you give me a clue on the scavenger hunt of what a hydrofacial is?
I'm going to research that for our next
Anyway,
episode.
guess what?
Tuned.
Here's what. You did better this time. You improved. I really know what your trend is. Your trend is...
Thank you. I put it down on paper.
There you go.
Awesome.
We're learning. It's a learning curve.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. It's a great hot week. Stay hot.
Stay cool.
Goodbye, man.
Bye, you guys. Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you.